Hello friends, I hope you all are doing good. In this particular video, what I'm going to share is the very recently, in order to put the end of the year of 2018 in a bang, despite there being various highs and lows, CBDT has issued this circular by which there could be cheers on the face of various investors, various deal makers. The particular circular says that section 56 to 7A, which is now section 56 to 10 of the Income Tax Act, which says that when any person receives in any year any shares below the fair market value, then that excess shall be taxable. So the question arises, the word there is receive. So anything which you receive is considered as any shares which you receive, whether it is for a transfer or whether it is on issue of shares, it would be considered as received. So there have been various decisions when it was held that when a company issues share, 56 to 7A shall apply on that. However, let me now take you to a backdrop of the situation. There was a Supreme Court judgment in Khode Distillers which said that issue of shares is different from transfer of shares. The anti-abuse provision which is there in the Income Tax Act and everything are there to in the 56 to 10 or 56 to 7A are to restrict any transaction of the black money which could arise on the transfer of shares. Issue of shares, my friend, is different from transfer of shares. The Sudhir Menon HUF, in which the Mumbai Tribunal had distinguished that as held that receive is a wider enough word and it could cover every situation, and hence section 56 to 7A shall very naturally apply on the case of right issue. And there were various ruling going on. The brother of Sudhir Menon, there was a very recent Mumbai Tribunal decision in the case of brothers of Sudhir Menon's brothers HUF, where again there was an issue of 56 to 7A. There was one more Visakhapatnam IT80 decision also for the 56 to 7A on right issue or any other specific issue of shares. But on all that cases, they took the premises that there is no actual benefit which is arising, and hence 56 to 7A shall not apply to that specific case. But they somehow held that 56 to 7A shall inherently apply in case of issue of shares, but not on fact, but on the issue of shares it should apply generally. So this is one of the clarification which our CBDT has issued, in which they are saying that 56 to 7A shall not apply. Now let us take or test as to what are the parameters on which this particular circular is saying that section 56 to 7A erstwhile, which is now section 56 to 10, will not apply on issue of shares. So as I told you that the question was of the word received was given a various impetus on, and it was said that received is of the wider impetus and can take into consideration bonus shares, right issue, preference shares or any other transaction of similar nature. So in order to prevent now the rationale of section 56 to 7A, or the same goes with 56 to 10 in the memorandum, is as follow, which is mentioned in this particular third para. In order to prevent the practice of transferring the unlisted shares, in which the of the XYZ company, so the crux they didn't wanted that transfer should take place at below the fair market value, so that there is a transfer of black money. So it is apparent from the legislative intent that clause 56 to 7A was inserted under section 56(2) as an anti-abuse provision to prevent the practice of transferring shares of a specified company for no or inadequate consideration. Thus, the intention was never to apply this provision of 56 to 7A to fresh issue of shares as mentioned in para 2 above by a specified company. Keeping a view of legislative intent to apply anti-abuse provision contained in section 56 to 7A to transfer of shares for no or inadequate consideration, it is clarified that section 56 to 7A of the Act shall apply in cases where the specified company or firm receives the share of company through a transfer for no or inadequate consideration. Hence, section 56 to 7A shall not be applicable in case where the recipient of shares by a specified company or a firm as a result of the fresh issuance of the shares as mentioned in para 2 above by a specified company. So it is generally saying that 56 to 7A shall not be generally applicable on the issue of shares, my friends. In case you have require any clarification or have any query, please feel to contact me. Thank you, friends. Have a great day, happy new year, and have a great and very prosperous 2019. Thank you.